Innovation is the key. Without innovation, we cannot sustain. So I'm going to take only 10 minutes because I've been given 15 minutes. My video has taken about 7 minutes. I just want to say what we have done. I'm not going to say what has to be done as a company roots. The first product I started was a radiator coolant recovery system, which was unknown at that time in 1970. Because, those days, radiator, every day they can fill the water for nothing. But when I introduced this radiator recovery system, I could not sell it because it was too advanced. Because once you fix that, the efficiency of the engine cooling system will be maintained forever. But I could not sell it at that time because to educate the users, I didn't have enough deep pocket to take it to everybody to explain about the advantage of this product. So I had to abandon it. Of course, now every vehicle in the world has that system. But I patented it in 1970, but it is not the same. There are many varieties. So innovation, yes, we have to bring in innovation at the right time. That's very important. Otherwise, the investment what we make is not going to be used. One example. Then another thing, when I brought the electric horns in India, it's again innovation because at that time, all the electric horns were weighing heavily, roughly about a kilo. The product we brought in was less than half. And for consumption, instead of 20 amps, it consumed only 8 amps. And it gave the same performance. So such innovation brought us, to a level of number one. And I'm very glad to say that, we are exporting around 40% of our product all over the world to advanced countries, USA, Japan, Europe, everywhere. And next, I brought the first servo-operated brakes for the automobile. In India, automobile means cars, jeeps, vans. At that time, it only had hydraulic brakes. There was no servo brakes, only for air brakes and for larger vehicles were available. So I introduced a servo brake for the first time in India. And of course, it became very successful. Unfortunately, during 1973-74, due to the global, OPEC countries, oil price hike, the sales came down, and then I had to again look for something else like that. Then the horn. The horn was my childhood dream. When I was in school days, I wanted to make horn like Bosch. That was my idea. I wrote to Bosch for a technology as soon as I finished my education and came back. I did not get any reply. I started developing the horn. It took me quite a long time. It took me 12 years to complete it because it's my own technology, and those days no material, high quality materials were not available. There was no internet, nothing available at that time. Communication means answer you get after a month you get a reply. It was going on and on. But anyway, it took me 12 years. Until then, I did so many other things to fund this project. Then after releasing the product, we became, in about 5 years' time, we became the largest manufacturers. And then again, I wrote to Bosch because I had affinity for Bosch. I wrote to Bosch and I got a reply that they are considering. I want to have a technical collaboration with them. I got a reply that they are going to consider, and they have put up to the board for the decision. After 3 months, I got a reply stating that the board has decided not to part with the technology. So there ended my dream of getting into Bosch. Then in 1992, I exhibited our products in in Frankfurt. Our product, because first time I want to see how the export is going to be. Then, of course, people from Bosch, from other companies came and they wanted samples. I gave the samples. They tested the product, and then I was invited to come there. And then we entered into a technical collaboration with Bosch. And now I am very happy to say that we supply almost more than 80% of the Bosch global requirements from India, from Coimbatore. one more example is, I want to diversify and selected cleaning industry because in 1991 was the year the globalization started, Indian economy was opened. So I visualize that if the Indian economy is open to global, our industry has to come up to the level of global level in terms of technology, quality, otherwise we cannot compete. So to produce quality product, clean environment is a fundamental requirement in my opinion. So I thought if we have to get into the global level, our industry has to get into global level, we have to have clean environment. That means it cannot be achieved without a mechanical cleaning. Mechanized cleaning is a must. We cannot do it with a manual cleaning. So I thought I should enter into the cleaning industry, but for which we have no technology, and it would take long time for us to develop because my experience of developing on 10, 12 years, I thought better I get into a technology partner, and then located a company in Germany called Hackowerki. There the promoter of that company is the inventor of the first mechanical sweeper in the world. And we entered into collaboration. The agreement was we are supposed to only sell in India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nepal, Bhutan, and not to export anywhere. My intention also was to get the technology for India, so we entered into agreement. We came back and then we made products as per their design, but we tested the product, their products for Indian condition, and found that for our condition on certain application it was not working. So we had to do some changes to their product. So we made some changes to the product and tested it, and it performed the way we expected. We sent the product to Germany for approval. They tested the product. We did not inform them what all we have done. As per their standard protocol, they were testing. They found that our product was performing better than theirs. They dismantled and measured everything. Every component was like their own. There is no difference in measurement. And they thought it's a fluke. They installed it, fitted it back again, and then tried it was working again. Then they sent us a letter with a test report that, how is that your machine is picking up better than ours? What is that you have? Then we had shared that what we have done. It's very difficult to find out what we have done, but we shared. Then our factory was built, and in 1994, to inaugurate the factory, two of the directors, the international marketing director and managing director, came for the inauguration. And at the inauguration, they handed over an order to be exported back to them, to their Australian division. Whereas our agreement is only for India. But we get technology from them, but we cannot stop with that. We have to innovate. We have to further take it forward so that we can always be ahead. And I'm very glad to say that now we are designing, developing and manufacturing machines for them with our patent, our technology. We are able to do it. We export around 40% of our product all over the world. And so with this few words, I would like to just stop because one more speaker is there. 4 o'clock it has to be closed. And the innovation is the key. This is my experience also. I wish everyone to keep that in mind while doing, venturing into any business. Thank you once again.
One lesson that we picked up was that even if you import a technology, see whether you can improve upon it. But I have a more fundamental question. What could be the reason why Bosch first refused you, and then when they saw you in the exhibition picked it up? Is there a lesson for any of the entrepreneurs on that?
See, when I wrote to Bosch, I was nobody, first of all, because nobody knows about me, Ramasamy writing or a small company writing. They did not even care to respond, number one. Even after I became the largest manufacturer, when I wrote, they thought that their technology should not be taken outside. They want to protect it within themselves to be the leaders. That was their idea. But at that time, they have not tested our product. They thought their product is still superior and they can keep it within them. But when I exhibited the product and they tested it, they found that our product outperformed theirs. That is why they invited me. But why, then you may ask why I went there. We have a technology. But I learned a lot from them in terms of manufacturing technology, systems. We learned a lot. And also global reach. That's the idea.